Will this radio ever play music again? Alright, back with you again. It is 1:42 in the afternoon on a Saturday. I have the radio plugged in and it's running about 97.6 volts. Variac, 190 milliamps. And you can hear the breaking into a little oscillation there. I don't know exactly why, but it is. I don't know if it's got anything to do with where it's tuned to. Apparently not. What I'm going to do here is this particular probe that I have rigged up here with the capacitor is straight out of the signal generator, and I have 455 basically on it, and I'm injecting it into pin 5 of the 12BE6. Now that is the beginning of the IF, and you can hear how clear that is. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the IF on this radio. It's working fine. Now I can inject it on down the line, but you know, this is a good place to inject it to test the whole thing. So there you go. That's basically what it is. It's working fine. All the problems with this radio is in the RF, and this is what I've said all along. And so I'm basically going to go back a little bit further here, and I can touch the loop stick with it. You can hear it, but not very clear. Now, not near as clear as if I do this. It's perfect. So let me go to the input of that. Let's see if we can get it through the input. That's a good test too, because if we don't, then we've got a problem with the tube. And I think that we may have a problem with the tube. So pin 7 is the, you can see that tube is working fine. So whatever problem we've got with this radio is before that. So that leaves basically the RF section, well, even RF, I'm saying RF, it's basically the loop stick and the circuitry out here outside of the tube. You know, everything past here is working fine. And that's what I was trying to show you guys, that you know, was talking about the oscillator not working, things like that. I don't think that's it, because like I said, everything else is working just fine. And so, you know, that's my opinion on it. So there you go. That's all I can tell you about that. And that's with 97.6 volts on it. If I run it up, it'd be even stronger. But so there you go. Like I said, this I don't know what the problem is, but there is a problem with this loop stick, and I just don't know. Like I said, it's possible that the oscillator is not running, the local oscillator. But I did get a station, and you guys saw that on the last video. Okay, it was very, very weak, but you know, for it to tune a station in with the tuning dial, it has to be running, I think. I don't think well, you know, it could blast in, but usually when they blast in like that, they're all over the dial, and this was just in one spot, so right on the 1390. So, like I said, not really sure exactly what the problem is here, but there is obviously something wrong here, and this, you know, like I said, it could be this section, could be this section, but everything this way on this schematic is fine. It's getting audio through the speaker. It's getting all this. The detector's working. Everything's working. So basically, like I said, it has to be somewhere in these two sections. So gonna do some more, basically some continuity testing. I think is the next thing I can do. test this resistor and capacitor and things like that. But again, I still think that's running. I'm going to try to see if I can test that next. And I've done it before, but it's a little difficult to do. So let me see if I can do that next, and we'll see. I'll bring you back if I get anything. Alright, for this test, you can see I have a loop of wire, and that is the local oscillator coil there. And right now I'm reading 1.53 to, well, basically 1.533. How's that? On the megahertz. And I'm going to tune this, and if it changes, that local oscillator is running. I'm up to 167.6. That local oscillator is running. So you guys that's saying the oscillator is not running, it is changing with the dial up to 1.796 now. It is working just fine. Up to 1.888. So yeah, it's working. So there you go. That's proof positive on the oscillator, and I've taken it off there now, and it's going haywire. So actually, it's still kind of picking up something, but if I put that right over the top of it, just like that, couple it like that, I get a perfect good lock on the frequency counter, 1.856. So you know, I don't know how else to explain it that it's working, but so that's not the problem. So while I've got it running here, let's do a tune here just for the heck of it. I'm running at 97.2 volts. I'm not hearing much of anything. Now here I do. Not sure what that's all about. But it's only on one end, so that's another sign right there to me anyway, that there's a problem in that front end. And let me see if I can't tune this up on, let me take and turn this around real quick. Alright, I'm at 455. Let's go down to around 600, somewhere around in there. Alright, there is 589. You can hear it's a pretty good signal coming in. And if I tune it, the radio's tuning. Turn it down a little bit. So the radio is tuning. It's just not tuning good. So how else can you explain this? I don't know, like I say. This end here, I don't know what that's all about. Like I said, it's just, that's where the local station would be, so. The only thing I can think of is maybe the IF is too hot on this. There is such a thing as that, you know. So maybe if I detune it a little bit, try that. Let's get this back up here and get it back on the right station. See if we can detune this a little bit. I'm not saying this will fix it, but alright, there's a detune. See if that gives us any better thing up here. Yeah, see, now we can get that all the way up there. There's no problem with it. Right there's our station. That is our local station. I know you can't hear it, but that's what that is. I'm looking at the dial. I can tell by the dial. See, that should be booming in here. Now I'm going to try to tune a little bit. Like I say, there is a problem here. There's something that's not connected. There's an open spot. There's something that's just not working out. So I think next thing to do on this is just basically do some tracing on the continuity, find out if the wires are connected where they're supposed to be and things like that. And we'll go from there. So that's all I got for now. I'm back again to YouTube. I am here at 4:32 now in the afternoon. Kylie Kylie has went home. Her father picked her up a while back. And I'm in here messing with this radio again. Me and Bob have been going back and forth about trying different things. And I don't know how well you can see it, but this purple wire here, running out here, is my little AM, 9-foot AM antenna wire. AM transmitter antenna wire, I should say. And I just have it sort of loosely tied around that, and I'm going to show you what it does. So you can hear. That is the problem with this radio. It is, I won't say a lack of antenna, but it's in that front section that I've checked everything as far as the rest of the radio it goes. It gets through the radio. I put a 455 signal into the pin 7 of the 12BE6, and that's the first stage there, and it works just fine. Comes right through. Did that with I tuned in a station, 1,000 megahertz or 1,000 kilohertz, 1 megahertz signal, and it came through fine. It was just like it was, you know, coming out of the audio generator or something. So that is pretty much it. So far, I have not been able to figure out exactly why the little loop stick is not doing anything. And it may be, I don't know, but like I said, you can see the improvement that I get at... Whoops, I just turned it off. That was the wrong way to go. Now, that's not even perfect. I mean, I understand that, but it's much better than it was. That is the local station, and like I said, generally it booms in here pretty good. So, like I said, that's Bob just wanted me to check the tuning capacitor frame, make sure it wasn't grounded, and I'll probably do that and get back with you. So, hang in there.